Hello world, welcome back to my channel. It's a girl C of Cycling Crochet. Guys, today's tutorial is very easy to make. First of all, what you need to do is to make a chain depending on the size of your hip. Okay, so you make your chain, put it around your hip, and if it's okay, then you're good to go to the next step. Yeah, so after making your chain, this is what we have. Then you make a single crochet or slip stitch to fix the ends together. Okay, so single crochet. Right, so this is the beginning of our work. Next of all, you make double crochet. So this work is basically about double crochets and single crochets and chains. Okay, so you make double crochets in each of the stitch holes that you have. If you've not yet subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification. Give me a like, comment below. Right, so you go round and round with your double crochet. So after getting to where you started from, when you make your double crochet and get to where you started from, you continue making it round and round and round, but don't forget where you started from. Okay, so after several rows, this is what I have, and I made 6.5 inches of this, and you can make it longer as depending on your height. Okay, so I made 6.5 inches, almost 7. Okay, so now I'm going to make the ruffles of additional 6.5 inches, just like this one. Okay, now with the ruffles, what you're going to do is, first of all, the main thing is the beginning of it, and the rest just flow. Okay, so with the first, you make a chain like this, as I've done. Then in the next stitch holes that you have, you're going to make 3 double crochets in each of the stitch holes. So instead of 1 double crochet in each stitch hole, we are making 3 double crochets in each of the stitch holes. So 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet. So we are doing this till we get to the beginning of our work where we started from. Guys, at the end, this is what we have. This is what we have. Now the next step, you are just going to make 1 double crochet in each of the stitch holes. 1 double crochet. So we kind of increased the edges of our work, so we are only going to make 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet until it is long enough for you. Okay, so I made additional 6.5 to 7 inches. Okay, and you can make it longer if you want, depending on your height. Okay, so you make 1 double crochet in each stitch hole that you have, round and round and round. So guys, this is what I had at the end. This is very simple. Now with the next step, I'm going to make the same skirt again. So I'm going to make a chain and make double crochets. Then when I get to the edge, like just like this one, I make 3 double crochet in each of the stitch holes. But remember that part of the second one will go inside the first one. Okay, so just the top part will go inside the first one. So make sure that the that one too also takes 6.5 to 7 inches, you depending on you. So how you started with it, the longer your flare is, the longer you continue with it. Okay, I hope you get it. So the next one, I just changed the color to this color and I made the same number of chains. You can increase the number of chains if you want, but I kept the same number of chains because this one will go right inside the first one, so you don't really need to make it look really nice anyway. But I made a chain, the same number of chains as my hip. Then I made just like a single crochet, then continue with the double crochet. Then I went on to make 3 double crochets in each of it to get this. Right, so this is what I had. Then the top part goes inside this one. Let me show you. Okay, it will go inside, and with it you can use a thread and needle, or you can just use your hook to fix it inside. Or yeah, so the easiest is to use your thread and needle to just stitch both skirts together. So this is where it will go, the edges where you started your 3 double crochet. This is where you are going to make your stitches to join the second piece to the first piece. Mind you, this piece takes a lot of yarn. So with each skirt I spent about 700 yards of yarn for each of the skirts, and that's a lot of yarn. Okay, so the longer you make your skirt, the more you use the yarn. Okay, so you have to get a lot of yarn for this project. And one thing I also noticed is that the longer it gets, the heavier it becomes. So if you want a more lighter skirt, you will need to use a yarn that is lighter. Okay, a yarn that is not all that heavy. So the one I'm using is not all that heavy, it's very light, but just that it looks very big. And I'm using a 4 medium size yarn. Okay, so it's not all that heavy, and I'm using a 5.5 mm hook for it, so it's not all that heavy. You can use a lighter yarn, or you can use size 3, size 2 yarn for it. Okay, so all you need is to, the main thing here is to know where to start your flare, or how to start your 3 double crochets in each of the stitches, and you are good to go. Okay, so what you do is you just fix the other skirts inside like as I'm doing, or you just use your thread and needle to just fix the second one into the first one like this. And this takes a lot of time, especially when you get to where you are making the 3 double crochet in each of the stitches. It takes a lot of time. Okay, and a lot of yarn. Guys, let's finish with that and do other colors as well and fix them inside. So the colors depends on you. So this one I stopped and I used my thread and needle to fix it to make it faster. Okay, so at the end of fixing, this is what I had. So this is the second part. Now with the third part and the fourth part and other parts as well. So this is the same procedure. You make the skirt, you fix it inside, you make the skirt, you fix it inside. Okay, so the length of the flare depends on you, as I said earlier on. So yeah, so you make the skirt, you fix it inside, and the colors also depends on you. So guys, at the end of my fourth, this is what I had. Yeah, and let me show you. When you are done, you can make 4, 5, but when you are done, you have to come back and fix the top part, okay? Because we used the hip measurement, the hip measurement for this, so we need to make it more we need to reduce it to fix our waist. Okay, so with the fixing of the waist, you just need to insert your yarn like I've done. Then I'm going to use single crochets. So in each of the stitch holes that you have there, just to make single crochets. Just make single crochets. And single crochets kind of string or bring your work together. Okay, so I'll go round and round for about 5 to 7 rows, and when I'm done, I cut off the excess. Then I made if it's still loose at your waist, just make a string and put it inside your work, or you can use your elastic or anything to help you to help the waist stay at the skirt stay at your waist. I hope you get it now. Guys, at the end, this is what we had. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, this very simple tutorial. I'll see you guys in my next video.